For us, we want to be in transition 80% of the time. So we practice being in transition about 80% of the offensive time we have of practice. I personally think the most overrated thing is half-court offense. I think it's overrated because you're very rarely in half-court offense for very long. The example I use, let's say there's 100 possessions in a game, okay? People ask me all, there's no way you're in transition 80% of the time. Well, this is how I figure it. Let's say there's 100 possessions in a game. That's a lot, but just for the math, let's say there's 100 possessions. Well, I'm gonna hold you to about 40% shooting. So right there, that's 60% of the time I'm gonna be in transition just from that, just from holding you to 40% shooting. So just from that, I'm in transition 60% of the time on missed shots. Then let's say I turn you over 20% of the time, or I turn you over 20 times. Okay, that's already to my 80%. Now, somebody might say, well, a good team only turns it over 15 times or less. That's probably true, but it's not 100 possessions a game usually. It's somewhere under that. We are about 80% of the time, we are in transition.
The Pacers are always thinking run. Notice how Aaron Nesmith lands like a quarterback. In other words, as he gets the rebound, he turns his body, allowing him to see down the floor immediately. This is a great teaching point for players. Also, check out how the Pacers don't jog, but sprint immediately. How can you tell if your players are sprinting? Forward body lean, pumping arms, and heels hitting butts are great ways to evaluate this. It's often the first three steps that make the difference between getting a great shot in transition and getting nothing. Here, the Pacers do a fantastic job of transitioning with zero lag time. Yet again, the threat of the rim run from Siakam pulls in the help defender, Jalen Williams in this case. That opens up the skip in the opposite corner three. This is another example of the Pacers' instant transition to offense. Notice players sprinting and winning their races. In particular, notice Obi Toppin. He does not look back for the ball in the backcourt, as it's not an ideal place to pass to him. Tell your non-ball handlers not to look back until they cross half court. At that point, they should keep sprinting while looking back over their inside shoulder. With no one open ahead on the ball side, Halliburton immediately looks to the weak side. This is a great transition concept. Because most transition defenses load to the ball side, the weak side is often vulnerable. Passing the ball across the court changes the ball and help side responsibilities, putting the defense in rotation early. Here, Nesmith is able to catch and stride and score.